on, y'all? It's the boy Vincent, repping the boy Vincent Fitness. We back again today with another YouTube video. Classes in session, and as usual, we repping the boy Vincent Fitness, theboyvincentfitness.com for all your training program needs. But guys, the topic of today is, why is it that men today don't act like men? Now, guys, this is something that I really noticed, especially, I'm 31 years old. I know I look good. I look too good for being 31. Even with the bald, looking good out here, looking like a young Michael Jordan. But the thing is, the reason why a lot of men today don't act like men is just programming. You got to really think about it, Just looking back, I was thinking about this the other day. When I was a kid, what was on TV for the most part, besides, your early morning cartoons, the stuff we used to see on TV, they was programming us to kind of act real feminine, act real soft. So, for example, I remember one of the top shows as a kid, when I was a kid growing up, you had American Idol. So it's basically a bunch of moist dudes singing, trying to get a, record deal. And then on top of that, the other top show, was America's Next Top Model. So it's a bunch of women on there trying to get a modeling contract, getting judged by a bunch of moist dudes and Tyra Banks. So as you can clearly see here, just from the two examples, you can clearly see that there's a correlation to this of why dudes nowadays, they don't really act like men, man. And and even let's say on the other side, right? A lot of the TV shows, it was always a bunch of simping. Like, I always look back, man, one of the top shows when I was a kid was, I think, How I Met Your Mother. So if you really watch that show, Ted Mosby, this dude was a simp. Barney was that dude, but if you watch the show, they portray Barney in a way where he's just this ultra player, he's very toxic, but at the same time, if you notice, a lot of women are attracted to him because that's what they're attracted to. But if you really go back and watch How I Met Your Mother, Ted Mosby was a super simp. I remember in the beginning of the series, he was trying to, put his bid in with Robin. He just met her and he's talking about that's a wife, she's going to be the mother of his children, blah, blah, blah. So obviously, when you watch the show, that's how she reacted. She's like, "Nah, I can't mess with you. You're too soft." But this is kind of the problem, guys. This is, if you just look at these three examples just very quickly, you can see a lot of dudes, they just had no hope, man. Like, every TV show when I was a kid watched coming up, if you really look back and think about it, you look at The Simpsons, you look at Family Guy, you look at a lot of the sitcoms like My Wife and Kids and all these other shows, it was always a bumbling idiot father, or at least My Wife and Kids, especially near the end, it was a bumbling idiot father. It was always some idiot father. And then on top of that, the mother was mainly the smart one. The daughter was also usually more intelligent than the son. The son was he's real rebellious or real stupid. Like in My Wife and Kids, Junior was a freaking idiot. So the way that they portray stuff in TV, this is how you're going to act. Like, guys, what you see in TV, you will emulate, whether you want to or not. Guys, I remember when I was a kid, when we was growing up, I was really into, Juvenile from the Hot Boys, the back that ass up, that song. But I remember coming up as a kid, man, we all had soldieries because of the Hot Boys. I remember wanting a pair of Reeboks just because of these dudes. So this is how much the television and the media really does influence you as a man, especially as a young man. And man, sometimes I watch some of these shows that my nephew be watching. It's like, man, this stuff's just super moist, man. Like, he don't stand a chance. Like, obviously, he's really into sports because my older brother's really into sports. But for the most part, man, when you watch some of the stuff, guys, they're not setting you up to be a strong man. They do not want strong men in society, because once stuff starts popping off or they want to start taking away more of your rights, it's going to be easier with a bunch of weak dudes and a bunch of weak, limp wrist dudes that don't really go for what they want or don't push towards what they want. So it's not going to be too difficult, man. It's not going to be too difficult to control people, I'd rather say that, because if all the dudes in the society is all kind of weak, you can really control them very easily. And so, guys, this is why, in my opinion, we're really being programmed to kind of act this way. And for the most part, man, you don't really stand a chance, man. I've had women literally tell me, "Wow, you act too masculine," or I like guys that's more feminine, because it's almost like the reverse. Nowadays, they're teaching these dudes, or they're teaching the women especially, to act like men. They act like men, and they're not used to being attracted to a man who acts like a man. So I'm out here in Germany, guys. I live out here in Germany. I live in northern Germany, where you'll be seeing some of these dudes, these limp wrist hipsters. They fingernails painted, they're wearing a skirt, they got a tote bag, and it's chick bad as hell. You can see it. The roles are reversed. So usually, if the woman's more masculine than the man, it's not gonna end well for him, bro. She's either gonna break up, if he's lucky, she'll break up with him, or she's just gonna start, it's messing with Chad or Tyrone or whatever, with the Chang or whatever they call all that other stuff, guys. I don't want to spill into all that the RP stuff. But some of the stuff, guys, this is the reason why women always ask, where's all the men? Why don't men act this way? Because a lot of us didn't stand a chance, man. Like, luckily my pops was around, but some of these dudes out here, y'all ain't got no dad. Y'all lucky enough now you got YouTube, where you got people like me on here talking to y'all, giving y'all some game, because some of us had a dad, thank God. And some of you guys, you got to learn the hard way, man. Like, I see this all the time, bro. When I be at the gym, you'll see, bro, like the woman is the man. Like, she leads him. She's the one going from exercise to machine. She's the one asking the dude, hey, asking who's on the next machine that they want to go to, how many sets y'all got left. This is the kind of stuff, man. I mean, when you're in that kind of position, bro, like, your woman's never going to respect you if you act like this. And trust me, we've all kind of been there, especially when we was younger. You probably had some little girl you was simping over, but that heartbreak that eventually did come, it taught you, okay, what I'm doing is not working. What they're programming you to act like, man, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna help you, because you really got to make sure, man, do not act like this. Don't fall for this stuff. It's all like a giant test. Do not fall for this soft boy summer stuff that they're starting to promote now. That's the new thing. Soft boy summer, bro. You're gonna end up heartbroken, and Chad or Tyrone is gonna be knocking down your girl, bro. Don't let that happen. So that's all I got to say today, guys. We're going to keep it short and sweet. As we always say here, make sure to control the negative, focus on the positive. It's your boy Navoy, repping Navoy Vincent Fitness. I'm out.